Welcome, dear listeners. I'm Jonathan Carlin.
And I'm Benjamin Carlin.
And we invite you to join us through the Gryffindor, your one-way ticket to the enchanting world of Harry Potter. So grab your wands and dust off your broomsticks and join us as we unlock the dark corridors inside Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 10, Luna Lovegood, live in Milwaukee. Yes. Woo. Ah.
Wow. I am so stoked to be here. This is
know.
going to be great.
Yay, Milwaukee.
Yay,
Man.
Milwaukee. Yay, Luna Lovegood.
I know.
Nothing but good things to come.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Here we go.
You got the wrong chapter?
No, I am good. My highlighter's in yellow and the lights are yellow.
Oh, no.
Can we change the house light color?
Can it be like let's see
Like
here.
blue?
Let's see.
Oh,
are things
they're
happening?
changing it?
You just got to say when.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Hey!
We found it. I was like, all my notes disappeared.
It's written in code.
Yeah.
All we need is lemon juice and heat.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that is a good movie. It was a good movie. But one of the fun things about doing Through the Gryffindor is that over on the Patreon page, we obviously do like the thing where if you sign up for a year, you get one of our pages. And this one is completely sopping in ink and information. There's a lot going on here. But I was telling Jay backstage, I was like, maybe what we should do is go through and before we cut the spine off of it, write our credit card information on all the pages. And then if you were a true fan, you'd go through and you'd reassemble the book
them.
Page by
There we go.
page.
Yes, keep it there.
And then then you'd have our credit card information.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
We would flag it, but good for you for going through the journey.
Yeah.
Right? I bet you
would
met
take
a
a
lot of
while.
amazing people.
Yeah. The real credit card you stole was the friends along the way. Exactly. And your socials, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's, as ever, kick it off with the chapter art here, which is Luna. We can show it to you guys. Look, it's Luna.
It's Luna. Oh, she's so adorable.
Everyone in the first row is like, thanks.
Yeah. I bet like some eagle eye vision, 3 rows back. I think they're
Yeah,
good.
they might see it too.
Yeah. No, I think this is 11 out of 10 chapter art. I love it. It's such an adorable little depiction of Luna. She's got the quibbler upside down. She's got the wand, what looks like stabbed into the side of her head.
You get everything you need to know out of this picture. You're like, I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
She wears socks and sandals together.
Right. Together.
What's wrong with that?
The other thing I think is kind of funny about it is that, let's see here, was it just a couple of chapters ago, Dumbledore walks into the Wizengamot, and when he arrives, he summons a chintz armchair.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be on the train, and it literally looks like
You're right.
she's in an armchair.
You're right. Did she bring her own chair?
Luna gets on, it's just like,
Yep.
it turns out her and Dumbledore have the exact same taste in summonable chairs.
There you go. That would not surprise me at all.
It wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah.
What did you think of the art?
I really like the art. I mean, it's super fun. You get to see the Quibbler upside down. It's like exactly how it's describing her. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Love this one. Yay, Luna. So glad she's here. It's so weird that she doesn't arrive until book 5.
I know, and this is such a big one too. And I'm sure it speaks to the fact that books 5, 6, and 7 are so much longer that we get a lot more chapters altogether than what have led us up here. But it's like when I get to the end of Deathly Hallows, I can't remember when Luna wasn't there.
I know.
She's so ingrained into the story. And her arrival, I think, is coming at such a wonderful time. There's a couple little fun facts, I guess, about Luna, is that if you go back to Harry's first ever sorting, you would hear that there is actually somebody by the name of Moon who is sorted in Harry's year. And I think that was supposed to be the first iteration of Luna. But
that was going to be Luna.
Right.
Yeah.
But
and
Luna,
she was going to be in Harry's year.
Right. But instead, she's back one year in Ginny's year. But the other thing that I think is really interesting, not only about Luna's arrival now, especially with with Umbridge sort of like, waiting in the wings about to show up is how this chapter is narratively structured. Because Luna is going to be introduced just a couple of chapters before we get the Professor Umbridge chapter, where she gets her own title chapter. And Luna and Umbridge are almost exact opposite characters. Like, Luna is going to fall into the chaotic good column, and then all the way on the other end of the spectrum is going to be Umbridge and lawful evil.
Yeah.
So these two, it's almost as if Luna is here to literally save us from the
Umbridge.
devastation that is Umbridge.
Yeah.
Like, her inclusion is a bright spot. Like, we've been coming out of Harry's trial. Like, it's been nothing but like negativity. Number 12 Grimmauld Place has been like sad and dilapidated. Harry's been moody.
Yeah.
Like, so Luna's arrival is just in time. She's a real bright spot in a night sky.
Yeah. Like the moon. A really bright spot.
You guys get it? Yeah. Hufflepuff. She's a Ravenclaw. So.
Yeah, she's a Raven. Oh man, this chapter it's very. Yeah, you're right. I like the because this chapter also has like a counterpart chapter as well, which is going to be the very last chapter of the book. So I'll point it out as we go along here.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm dying. I did not catch that, so I'm dying
Yeah.
to see what you found.
Yeah, it's pretty fun the way it works together with that particular chapter. And then not only is she like there to like bright spot Umbridge, but she's like the Hermione's foil as well, where it's like Hermione is everything in logic and Luna is more like just believing in stuff.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
and really that's where it's like you can almost look at the diagram, which is a 3x3 structure, and Hermione is obviously like lawful good versus Luna's
Oh, yeah.
chaotic good.
Right,
So,
yes.
Yeah, they're on either sides of that spectrum. So
Yeah.
no, it's going to work out really well. And I love the dynamic that we get to witness between those two, especially the dynamic between Luna and Ron.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. The other fun thing about Luna, everyone complains they're like, Hermione, what, guys? But guess what, you guys? If you don't like Hermione, get ready for Red Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
I know.
it's coming.
Because it's coming and we're not going to stop.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. But without any further ado, Jay, do you want to kick off with the first sentence?
Absolutely, Ben. Harry had a troubled night's sleep, and then the dragons arrived. So, oh boy, it goes from bad to worse.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is not having a wonderful evening, is
Yeah,
he?
no, he's having nightmares, wakes up. Oh my God. Dragons!
Oh man. But yeah, so we're gonna get his parents wove in and out of his dreams, never speaking. This one's kind of interesting because obviously just a few months ago, Harry would have actually seen his parents appear to him,
Yeah.
where they spoke encouragement to him.
Yeah.
So I think it definitely speaks to where Harry's at mentally.
Absolutely.
At
And
this
then
point
he also just saw a picture of them from Moody the night before going to bed.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
So Moody has literally only just showed them the photograph. So
Yeah.
and the photograph is something that Moody thought would lift Harry's spirits, but I think instead Harry definitely looks at it like, look at all these happy people waving at the camera, and they're all about to die.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a missed gesture
Yeah.
on behalf of Moody there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Harry's dream is just full of all sorts of little prophecies and little clues and hints about what's going to happen in the book. Because next we have Mrs. Weasley sobbed over Creature's dead body, to which you're like, why on earth would Mrs. Weasley be weeping over Creature
Right.
at all? But this is really foreshadowing Sirius dying later in the book. And without it being like so on the nose, it's like she's like, the relationship between Mrs. Weasley and Sirius has been really strained, and like, it's not someone you'd expect her to be sobbing over necessarily.
Right.
But like Creature still works for the Black family. So Creature by extension is a Black. So his dead body is supposed to be Sirius's body. And this is really Molly crying over Sirius's body.
That's exactly right. And I think a little bit of that's coming as well because Molly and Sirius so far have been at such opposite ends as well of like what they think it's appropriate for Harry to know and like what level of involvement he should have in the Order of the Phoenix and whether or not he should escort Harry to the trial. So it's like these two both like want what's best for Harry, and yet like what keeps happening is they end up on opposite sides of like that same fight.
Right.
You know, they're both looking out for him.
Yeah, this is like a real like equal but opposite kind of chapter.
That's exactly
It's going to
it.
keep happening.
It's going to keep happening, yeah. So then we get Ron and Hermione, who are wearing crowns.
Yep.
This is, of course, in reference to the fact that they've just received their prefect badges.
Yep.
So that's sort of like marking this big difference. And if you even go back to the chapter art for the previous chapter, which depicts the prefix badge, it's really just apparent that like it's definitely setting you up for this idea that that's something that's kind of like further separating Harry from Ron and Hermione. Like he's literally divided by the prefect badge. Yeah. So that's something that's like kind of just further pushing Harry towards this sense of isolation.
It's like he's taking more and more steps to like his like true path as the chosen one who will be by himself against Voldemort.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, of course, and then Harry finds himself walking down the corridor, ending in the locked door, which is just Voldemort obsessing over the Department of Mysteries.
Exactly.
But Harry does not make the connection yet, even though he was very recently in that exact corridor.
That's exactly right. And yeah, so I mean, you can just see like the connection between Harry and Voldemort's mind continuing to grow. That like linkage is becoming a little bit more prominent. Yep. So Harry woke abruptly with a scar prickling to find Ron had already dressed and was talking to him. And so sure enough, right away, and this has kind of been the theme of this book so far, the stress is right
always
back
there
at the forefront.
Yeah.
So it's like he wakes up from all these nightmares, and then right away Ron is like, better hurry up. Mom's going ballistic.
We're already late.
She says we're going to miss the train.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing worse than like waking up and already being late.
Yeah, but to be fair, they are always late for the train.
They are.
Every year.
Practically a tradition at this point.
I know. Like, guys, wake up earlier.
Right,
okay?
right.
Yeah.
It's like at this, even if they woke up early, it's like, why don't we go play some two-a-side Quidditch? You know, it's like, why don't we just really like push things right to the wire?
Yeah, they wouldn't be ready.
That's me. I'm like a one last thing kind of person. So like if I like leave the house, sometimes I'll like I'll have my hand on the door and be like, I better start my laundry.
Yeah, then it'll be done. Yeah.
And then it'll be done when I come back. No problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I often find that when I wake up early is when I end up being the most late because I'll be like, I've got all this extra time.
That's exactly
I'm
it.
good. I'll really take my time. And I was like, wait, I wasted it all.
You lull yourself into this false sense of confidence.
Yeah, false sense of confidence. Exactly.
Yep.
Anyway, downstairs, Molly is indeed going ballistic because Fred and George have like tried to float their trunk down the stairs, and they ran into Ginny and knocked her down 2 flights of stairs. I know, 2.
That like a single stair can be dangerous on its own.
Yeah.
Right. So like, how long is the average flight of stairs? Like 8. 7. We'll go with 7 because it's Harry Potter. So Ginny has just been knocked down 14 stairs.
Yeah.
And been hit by 2 trunks in the process.
So
Ginny's dead.
So Ginny's dead. Yeah. And Molly's not happy about it. Couldn't have done her a serious injury, you idiots. I know. And meanwhile, though, what this is going to be that equal opposite thing right away. Molly is screaming at them, and of course, so is Mrs. Black. She's just down there, filthy half-breeds, besmirching the house of my fathers. And right away, you have like Molly and Mrs. Black acting in the exact same way, but for like very different reasons.
Yes, absolutely. It's like, let's be clear, there is nothing similar between Mrs. Black and Molly. Right. But the behavior in this moment is exactly what we're going to continue to see mirrored throughout. You know, it's the Umbridge, the Luna, the Hermione, the Luna. You know, there's more and more examples as it unfolds. But that's just yet another one.
Yeah, so Harry comes running out of the room and actually checked, Ginny all right? And I was like, oh, he's coming to check on her. Look at that. Look at that little seeds.
Right. Yeah. And then Hermione responds, no, she fell down 2 flights of stairs. You idiot.
You idiot. Come on, Harry. It doesn't say that.
No, it doesn't say that. Yeah. I made that part up.
Yeah.
In a spirit of full disclosure. But yeah, Hermione's like, Mrs. Weasley's patched her up, but now Mad Eye's complaining that we can't leave unless Sturgis Podmore's here. Otherwise, the guard will be 1 short. So this is a little bit of a setup because Sturgis is obviously being imperious and is no longer sort of like operating on behalf of the order.
Right. Yeah. So he has been compromised, which is why he's not here.
Right.
And Harry's like, wait, why do we have to go to King's Cross with a guard? And Hermione's like, oh, no, it's not us. It's you. you. You are the reason we need a guard. So further isolating Harry. Once again, it's like, it's just you. You're the reason.
Yeah.
Corrected him. And Harry's like, what? Why? Why do I need a guard? And it's like, because Voldemort wants you dead, dude. And he knows that you have to go to school today, duh.
Right. I feel like Harry's response here is definitely like, look, you're going to not let me do everything and then make me be escorted. It's like, I thought he was lying low. I thought he wasn't going to attack me. What's he going to jump out of a dustbin? And it's like, well, he I'm glad that got you.
That's like a good example of what Luna's going to do later in this chapter.
You're so right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Ready yourself.
Yeah.
There's good stuff coming. Yeah. Let's see here. So then Hermione's like, I don't know. It's just what Mad Eye says. And I wonder if Hermione at this point is starting to be like, Harry, stop. Okay? I don't have control over this.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. It's just what he said. Just said. It's what we're doing. It's what we're doing. So Mrs. Weasley keep yelling at them, and Harry seizes Hedwig, stuffs her unceremoniously into her cage, and sets off downstairs, dragging his trunk. And I'm like, gee, don't. He keeps taking stuff out on Hedwig.
I know.
Not here for it.
Harry and Hedwig have not had
a good year.
Yeah.
No.
So like, I mean, I hope nothing ever turns bad for them, and you know, things don't go left unsaid.
Ben, are you doing Deadwig jokes now?
It is too soon. I agree, because we're not there yet.
Because we're not there yet. And then I like the way that like Mad Eye's clearly arranged this entire guard, and I like the way he has sorted the pairs, because he's like, all right, who's the most important? Harry. You're gonna go with Molly and Tonks. That's your guard.
Yes.
Yeah. So which I'm like, gave him the toughest ones.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean that like the real fierce ones.
The real fierce ones.
That's the thing. Moody is involved in the Battle of the Seven Potters. Put Molly out there.
Put Molly out there, man. Like, yeah, what's she doing way back at the burrow?
Who's gonna mess with her?
I know, right?
Answer: no one.
Nobody.
No
Nobody.
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Molly's what? That's a good what if. What if Molly was in the Battle of the Seven Potters?
They win.
They just win. Yeah, right? She's like, Moody, turn around. I'm going to go fight.
Yeah.
They're attacking my boys.
Ear.
Then Snape dies, that's for sure.
Oh.
He's out.
The prince's tale is just never told.
That's it. Boom. Gone. Yeah. It's like Dumbledore was like, I should have seen that coming. That was my bad. I didn't think Molly would fly, but yeah. Sorry, Snape. Sorry.
That would be really funny. Harry arrives in King's Cross and Dumbledore's just like sitting on a bench and he's like, that didn't go well.
This is my bad. But does he even get there? He wouldn't even know.
Well, he has to get there, Jay.
He has to get there.
That's the rules of the game.
That's the rules of the game. Harry gets to King's Cross and he's like, I had a great plan. Listen. It was good.
It was good.
It was good.
Somebody sent Molly in. I didn't expect that.
Didn't see that. Anyway. Harry's going with Molly and Tonks, and Sirius decides he's going to insert himself into the situations here just for the heck of it, just because Dumbledore said no, and he's like, nah, I'm going. I'm going to turn into a dog. And I love how it says he appeared at Harry's side, clamoring over various trunks, cluttering the hall to get to Mrs. Weasley. So he's like aiming for her.
What's he going to do?
I don't know. Just be like, ha, tackle, getcha.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, said Mrs. Weasley disparagingly. Well, on your own head be it.
Whoa, careful now, careful. Careful what you wish for, Molly.
Now you better hope nothing bad happens to Sirius.
I know, exactly.
Otherwise, you're going to eat that.
I know, yeah. Molly's just like, I told you so. I told you.
Not the moment.
This is
not,
it.
Yeah, not the moment for told you so's.
Nope.
But then I do think this is also funny phrasing because it says Harry and the dog followed her.
Oh, who do you think the dog?
We know the
who
dog
it is, yeah.
by name.
Right.
Yes.
Snuffles.
Right.
Yeah. So they go outside. They find Tonks. Sirius is lolloping behind them, which just great use of the word lolloping.
It's a word that's not used nearly often.
It isn't,
enough,
yeah.
in my personal opinion. Yeah. And so then we get one of the rare instances where Tonks is actively using her magical ability of being
an old woman.
An old woman.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. This is really the time. This is the golden opportunity for Tonks to shine.
Yeah.
And
this would be great too, though, if then it should probably just be Tonks, you'd think. Because it's like, it's like that's Molly Weasley and Harry Potter. That's clearly someone also with the Order. right?
Someone else. But yeah,
Someone.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Yeah, it's like really disguising Harry feels like the important thing. Like, what is the advantage of Tonks being disguised?
Right, yeah. Disguise Harry. Make him
people-
put the cloak on.
People know what he looks like.
They do.
Definitionally, people don't know what Tonks looks like.
Right, yeah. That's always changing.
Yes, but right away you get the old lady Tonks who says, "Watcher Harry." She said, winking.
Yeah.
It's like this secret organization
Wizards-
is so on the nose.
They love to cover it up. They're like, we'll be calling Buckbeak Witherwings from now on. Isn't that right, Witherwing? Buckbeak, Witherbutt. What are we calling you? Witherbutt.
Witherbutt it is.
Witherbutt it is. There we go. Harry, it's me, Tonks. Yeah. And then Molly's complaining about this. It's like, how muggles can stand traveling without magic, which, let me tell you, we've been driving around the country. I agree. Yeah, that's a real pain.
It takes a while to get everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. Thank you, Andy. Yeah. And then it says Harry couldn't help Sirius is having a great time going outside. It says Harry couldn't help laughing. Sirius had been trapped inside for a very long time. To which I'm thinking as well, though, like, hasn't Harry, Ron, Hermione, like, haven't they all been trapped inside? Have they been going out anywhere?
It's never said that they have been. So
Yeah.
they're all seeing daylight.
It doesn't seem like Harry could be like, do you guys mind if we go out in the street and play like stickball or something?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you guys want to have a game out there? Some kick the can?
Kick
or-
the can. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Man, what
Yeah.
a great game.
Right?
It never gets old.
Right.
You just keep kicking it
Launch it
until it's gone.
until it's gone. Yeah.
Let's see here. But yeah, Mrs. Weasley pursed her lips in an almost Aunt Petunia-ish way.
Oh no.
Almost,
Not quite.
Let's
yeah.
let's not make it. Yeah, let's not get confused here.
Yeah.
Not completely Aunt Petunia-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. And then once inside the station, they lingered casually beside the barrier between platforms 9 and 10 until the coast was clear.
You'd think there'd be like such a line out this, you know?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's because they're running late.
I guess so. Yeah.
That
Everyone
there
else
isn't a
already
line.
on.
But this is also the prime opportunity to like once a year just bring up the fact that it means that like if you're a student who lives in Scotland and you're going to Hogwarts,
Yeah.
that you have to travel to King's Cross Station to board a train to go back to Scotland.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems like, couldn't I just go to Hogwarts? Yeah.
Right,
We're right
right.
here. Imagine if you live in Hogsmeade. You'd be like, oh, this seems...
I hate this.
I really... They're like, hold on, we got to get up at like 3 a.m. to get on the train. It's going there, so then you can board it to come right back here.
Come right back.
Like, can I just wait? Like, you have to ride the train to school.
Rules are rules.
Rules are rules, okay? Yeah.
And then this is kind of interesting as well because they get into the platform. It says the Hogwarts Express stood belching sooty steam, and then Harry does the thing that we would all do. He inhaled the familiar smell.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, belch it all over me, man.
And his spirits soar.
His sword, yes. He was really going back. And then Mrs. Weasley standing like, I hope the others make it in time, which fair worry considering that there has been an occasion where she went through first without everyone, and then Harry and Ron did not make it through.
They didn't. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe now there's like a new protocol where Mrs.
Yeah.
Weasley like you go first.
Yeah. You go first.
After
I'm going to
you.
watch literally everyone go. Come on, get through.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We didn't even
exactly.
bring a car this time, so.
I know. Yeah. So then you get kind of like a random little comment here from Lee Jordan who goes, "Nice dog, Harry." Which I actually think is just a little bit of a setup because it just means people are noticing Harry has a dog.
Yeah.
And that will come back later.
It will,
Yeah.
later in the chapter for sure. But sure enough, everyone shows up. Tonks arrives, Moody gets there, says, "Don't think we were followed. Just constant vigilance all the time." Which is good. It's like you don't have to be followed. They can just sit there and wait for you. They know where you're going, you know. And sure enough, Lucius is here, right?
It's true. I mean, definitionally, there are Death Eaters there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're there.
not to do anything, but they are present.
Right. They still got to take their kids to school.
That's right. That's right. Yep. And then we get a little bit more of an update here just to kind of keep it top of mind. It says, I'll still be reporting Sturgis to Dumbledore. That's the second time he's not turned up in a week, getting as unreliable as Mundungus.
Right. These guys, they're concerned about like Dark Wizards things, and it's just like he's probably just missing he's not even reading the schedules.
That's exactly, yeah.
Or like I don't know what's right. He's like, I don't think we were followed. But where is Sturgis?
Being lazy, no doubt.
I know. It's like probably nothing happened to him. Yeah.
Everything, yeah. They're suspicious of all the wrong things.
I know, all the time. They're like the worst spy organization sometimes.
Right.
In any case, I also think it's funny though that if you're on the train, you're looking out at Harry, you're like, boy, Harry arrived at the platform with both of our last Defense Against the Dark Arts teachers. Look at that.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, nothing
That's
sus
weird.
about that at all.
Nothing weird about that.
And a dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then he also goes, don't forget, all of you, careful what you put in writing. If in doubt, don't put it in a letter at all. And then on the very next page, Mrs. Weasley is going to say, quick, quick, and hugging them at random and catching Harry twice, right, be good. And it's like, well, Moody literally just said, don't write. So we're getting mixed signals here. You guys should have rehearsed your story before.
Right, don't write, be good, yeah.
Yeah.
But it is good advice because Hedwig will get intercepted later on in the book as well. From Moody there, or from Umbridge, yeah.
Right.
But let's see. Then Mrs. Weasley makes such a faux pas right here, where Sirius is chasing down the train, and Mrs. Weasley's like, for heaven's sake, Sirius, act more like a dog. I'm like, for heaven's sake, don't say his name. Like, call out the disguise, why don't you?
One of you committed a fallacy.
I know.
Molly.
Lee Jordan was pretty sure that was a dog, and now you're saying act like a dog, Sirius Black. What? Oh, was that me?
Oh, goodness gracious. I shouldn't have said that.
Whoops.
Yeah. Speaking of, Hermione's going to say, he shouldn't have come with us. And it's then Ron's sort of like, oh, lighten up. He hasn't seen daylights for months. Poor bloke. And so, yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a setup for another like opposite, or equal but opposite situation, I think, as it pertains to how both Ron and Hermione are going to engage with their new duties as prefects.
Yeah, right, for sure. Yeah, Hermione's definitely more on the like operate more caution, more logic, and then Ron's more like, but like he's still a person, like he hasn't been outside.
Also, I'm going to give Crabbe and Goyle detentions.
Yeah,
whenever I want.
It's going to be great. I'm going to make them write baboon's backside, the funniest 2 words in the entire English language. We'll get there.
But yeah, so then there's sort of like the awkward conversation. This is just another one that's like really tough. It's a big blow for Harry because like Harry's journey to Hogwarts has always involved going with Ron. He's the first friend he meets on the train. They go together in the Flying Fort Anglia in year 2. They've always ridden on the train together. They face the Dementors together, so on and so forth. But now they have prefect duty. So Harry's sort of like, shall we go and find a come up? And then Ron's like,
yeah.
Because he has to break the news. Well, Ron and I are supposed to go to the prefect carriage, Hermione said awkwardly. Ron wasn't looking at Harry. It's just like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Not very fun.
My bad. Yeah, but again, it's just like more isolating Harry. And it's like all of the things that Harry loves about Hogwarts, like riding the train with his friends, seeing Hagrid when he gets there. Like all of these things are going to be like challenged and different this year.
That's exactly correct. Yeah, and then you can throw Quidditch in that mix as well, which is ultimately going to be taken from him, you know, along the way. So yeah, it's really like everything Harry loves is just slowly being taken away.
Right. So like the moment he steps on the train, alone, Harry or Ron and Hermione are gone. And it's like a double blow because it's like he wasn't chosen to be a prefect, and now he doesn't get to sit with his friends.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And Ron's like, it's a pain having to go down there. I'd rather, but we have to. I mean, I'm not enjoying it. I'm not Percy. Yeah. And Harry's like, I know you're not.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. It's like, he's still cool. He's still happy for him. He's like, yeah, you're right. You're not Percy. I get it. Thank you.
Right.
But Harry does feel the odd sense of loss. But Ginny is still there, and she's like, come on, let's sit together. If we move, we'll be able to save the save them places, which is like you're starting to get like slowly acclimated to Ginny just being on like such regular speaking terms with them now.
Yes, absolutely. But I also think it's sort of like maybe Harry hasn't fully gotten there yet, that he's not sort of like, all right, Ron and Hermione are gone, get to hang out with Ginny now. This is going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he doesn't really have that perspective yet.
I know. Give him like a year and he would be like, oh, this worked out.
This worked out so well.
What do you know?
I am so glad you guys are prefix.
All right, yeah. You guys can take as long as you want up there.
That's right, yeah. Let's see here. So get to the very last carriage where they run into Neville Longbottom.
Yay! Woo! Neville's back.
He's maintaining a one-handed grip on his struggling toad, Trevor.
Still has
back.
Trevor. Still has Trevor.
Yep.
Oh man, and he's like, of course, Neville's in their exact same boat. I guess he got there late too.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, everywhere's full. I can't find a seat. I'm just gonna stand out in the corridor, I guess, for 9 hours.
I'll just be in the hall.
Be in the hall if you need me. And Ginny's like, don't be ridiculous. There's room in here. It's just Loony Lovegood. Ginny says Loony Lovegood. I cannot believe that.
It is very surprising coming from Ginny, because Ginny has always seemed to be like on much better terms with Luna.
Yeah.
But I also don't think she's saying it like in a very derogatory sense. Like I don't think it's like it's setting you, the reader, up for the fact that like Luna's a little quirky and maybe someone needed to say it, but like also Neville is going to mumble something about not wanting to disturb anyone, aka he's like, I don't know if I want to sit with her.
Yeah, he's like, I did see that, but like she like made her own armchair in there. And,
yeah, I don't really know what to do with that.
Trevor doesn't like chintz.
Yeah, and then Ginny's like, don't be silly. She's all right. So she walks in and immediately she says, hi, Luna.
Yeah. She doesn't call that to her face.
That's right.
Yeah. Then you get the description of Luna, and I love that in like one paragraph you're like, yeah, I got it. Yeah. There she is. Yeah. She's like so she has her waist length, dirty blonde hair, the pale eyebrows, the protuberant eyes. She gives off an aura of distinct dottiness. She's got her wands behind her ear. She's got a necklace of butterbeer caps. She's reading a magazine upside down, and she's sort of just immediately taking them all in. Like, oh, hey, what's happening here?
Right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. A little bit to take in, and of course, Luna is also somebody who we know. Eventually, she will go home and like paint pictures of all of her friends on her ceiling, and it'll be like intertwined with the word just like friends.
I know.
Friends.
It's like it is like so on Harry's first ride on the Hogwarts Express, he sits with like Ron, and that's like his best friend forever.
Right.
But now Luna's made it to year 4, and it doesn't seem like she has a lot of friends. But inside the chapter, the 5 people she's going to paint on her ceiling will end up in the compartment.
Exactly correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like this is her version of Harry's first day.
We've got like a very real like Avengers Assemble situation going on.
Yeah.
Here. Yes. Like everybody who goes to the Ministry is about to be there.
Yeah, is about to be there in the compartment with them.
Yep.
Yeah, but like at this exact moment, she's just got like her neck. She's like basically just like this, like, "Hey guys, whoa," and doesn't break eye contact for like way too long.
Right.
Like she should have gone back to the show. But she didn't, It was like
I like that you left everybody in that painful, awkward space.
Yeah.
That's what they come for.
I know. That's why you come to the live shows, guys.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Art is the ability to evoke emotion, right?
Right.
And what is emotion if not discomfort?
Exactly. It's one of the emotions.
I feel like I feel it a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's obviously reading the Quibbler, and she did not seem to need to blink as much as normal humans. She stared and stared at Harry.
I know. Take it a bid.
Yeah.
You're Harry Potter.
I know I am, said Harry.
Correct.
Neville chuckled. Luna turned her pale eyes upon him instead.
And he's like, oh no.
And I don't know who you are.
Yeah. So, this is more like equal but opposite happening here because, of course, Harry and Neville are the 2 potential subjects of the prophecy. Voldemort chose Harry, and sure enough, you have right here, it's like, I know exactly who you are, Harry Potter. And you are?
Yeah.
Nobody.
I mean, in a weird way, though, it's a curse that both of them are struggling with because, like, Neville has sort of like failed to like maintain a proper foothold. Like, I mean, Neville, is also somebody who like Seamus and Dean always seem to be the best of pals. Harry and Ron are super tight, and there's 5 boys in the Gryffindor common room. So Neville, similar to Luna, I think you could make the argument is a little bit of like the odd one out. Like
absolutely.
He hasn't really found the same thing. So Neville is failing to discover like a sense of community or recognition with his peers, whereas Harry has too much of it.
Yeah, but this is also just going to be the start of Neville's arc for the book, where like even in year 5, Neville feels like he's just nobody, but by the end of the book, he is going to like become a warrior.
That's exactly
and like fight
correct.
the Death Eaters and a samurai, you might say.
That's
exactly.
right. Yeah, and
he's also gonna break his nose.
Oh yes, if you listen to the audiobook.
My wand, Harry, my wand.
Perfect. Spot on.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll be on tour for that chapter, so I had to give it to you guys,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we find out that Luna's in Ravenclaw and in Ginny's year. And let's see, then we get a report on the weather, which is actually fairly important on the Hogwarts Express. Whatever the weather's doing sort of like tends to dictate the mood of the year. Like when the Dementors show up, it's like pouring rain outside.
That's exactly
and
correct.
Right now it is sunlight. One moment the carriage was full of sunlight, and the next they're passing beneath an ominously gray clouds. And you're like, yeah, that's about it. There's going to be some sunlight, some good spots, and then a lot of darkness on the way.
A lot of darkness, that's right. Yeah. And so then Neville's going to be like, guess what I got for my birthday? And he's so excited to show this off. And Harry's sort of like, what, another Remember All? And Neville's like, no, but I could use with one. I lost the old one.
Yeah. No surprise there.
Right. Look at this. And I think this is such a just like interesting way to describe what he's about to pull out, because it says he dug the hand that was not keeping a firm grip on Trevor into his school bag, and after a little bit of rummaging, pulled out what appeared to be a small gray cactus in a pot. So you guys know how like when you're carrying a bag around with a cactus in it, and you can't wait to show your pals. And you're like, I got it. Hold on 1 second. Let me just rummage around and voila! A small gray cactus.
I love that he's rummaging around but doesn't manage to poke it in the way that aggravates it either.
Exactly.
Yes. And it's apparently not a very impressive looking cactus. Harry describes it as rather sinister with looking like some diseased internal organ. Just like gross.
It's pulsating slightly, which just gives it like a like the spinal shivers. And he announces that it's Mimbulus Mimbletonia.
Indeed.
Which is going to work out really well because it's also the Gryffindor common room.
It is
password.
It is
to kick off the year, so he can actually remember this one.
Yes, it is. He got it from his great uncle Algie for me in Assyria. Good trivia, but also fun trivia is that it's supposed to be 1995 here in the book, and Assyria is not a country then. So I don't know. I don't know where Uncle Algie's going.
So just a little anachronism.
Yeah. So you got that there. So this is one of the things that is like a companion part to the last chapter of the book is the Mimbulus Mimbletonia. It's going to serve a couple of purposes here. But weirdly, let me know what you think of this, Ben.
Okay.
The Mimbulus Mimbletonia is supposed to represent Harry. Yeah, exactly.
I won't lie. I haven't usually had that take.
Yeah, you don't think of Harry as a diseased internal organ right now?
Yeah.
Me neither.
Pulsating slightly,
exactly. Not quite. No, that's not it, though. However, here's what's going to happen on the next page when Neville tries to show off the amazing defensive mechanism. He bites his tongue between his teeth, shows his spot, and gives the plant a sharp prod with the tip of his quill, and then liquid squirted from every boil on the plant, thick, stinking, dark green jets of it. They hit the ceilings, the windows, splatter Luna Lovegood's magazine. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. You know how when you poke Harry, yeah, gross.
Yeah, like
acne
stuff comes out of him.
No. But basically what's happening here is that at the beginning of the book, Harry is like the young Mimulus Mimbletonia, where like if you poke him, he is about to explode. He is just like angry at everything, and his defense mechanism is just like, "Hey, Harry, what?" You know, he is going to be like screaming at. He cannot control his temper for the entire book, like at all. But sure enough, if you go to page 865 here, we're going to go way into the beginning here. Make sure we're at the right one. Yes. Yeah, the Second War begins. We get another update where once again we're on the train with Neville, and Neville was stroking his Mimulus Mimbletonia, which had grown a great deal over the year, and now made odd crooning noises when he touched it, just like Harry. No, the important part is definitely that he had grown a great deal over the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you can handle it without it screaming at you.
Exactly. Yeah. Harry stops lashing out at everybody.
Right. This is verging on a horrifying analogy.
It is. You're right. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome. I got more coming.
Oh boy.
Yeah. No.
I feel like our next
less
piece of,
about the Mimulus Mimbletonia though. Thankfully.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like our next piece of merch has got to be something like "Don't be a juvenile Mimulus Mimbletonia."
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Don't explode on everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah. People will get it.
But yeah, they'll wear it.
They'll wear it. They'll put it on their person. Yeah. No doubt. So anyway, Neville does poke the Mimulus Mimbletonia, and it sprays everyone with some stink sap. Harry, whose hands have been busy preventing the escape of Trevor, receives a face full of it, and it smelled like rancid manure, which I'd be so mad at Neville.
I know.
Like,
yeah, it's just
bro.
like, oh, that's terrible. And then this is even worse because it's like, sorry, I haven't tried that before. And
I'm
it's like,
what?
really?
You didn't try it?
Not before now?
Not before now? You were waiting. You were waiting for me, were you? Thanks. Thanks.
It's like, didn't realize it would be quite so. And he trails off. It's like, quite so what, Neville?
Quite so
quite
what?
so what?
I feel like you could have explained what was going to happen just fine, and I would have gotten it, you know?
Yeah. Don't worry, though. Sting sap's not poisonous. He added nervously as Harry spat a mouthful onto the floor.
Mouthful! Gross!
Harry's like, my mouth was open, man.
Yeah, yeah, my mouth was open. Oh, gosh. Anyway, and then, of course, at the worst possible moment, the carriage door opens, and, oh, hello, Harry, said a nervous voice. Bad time.
Yes.
It's an extremely bad time. It's Cho Chang, the seeker of the Ravenclaw Quidditch team, come to flirt.
Right.
Oh, no.
And
Goodness.
Harry's like, oh, hi.
And Cho's like, well, bye. See ya. So the couple things happening here. One is that it's just the worst possible timing. I feel so bad for Harry and Cho in this situation. But also, Harry is presently holding Trevor at the moment, right? And later on in the book, it is going to be Marietta blabbing to Umbridge that is really going to be the final straw between Harry and Cho.
Right.
So it keeps being like there's always a toad between them, you know?
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
There's always a
toad. But so you have this situation here where it says Harry is he's so embarrassed. He says he would have liked Cho to discover him sitting with a group of very cool people, laughing their heads off at a joke he just told. He would not have chosen to be sitting with Neville and loony Lovegood, clutching a toad, dripping in stink sap. Totally fair. However, Ben,
Totally
fair.
fair.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, if you fast forward to the last chapter, Harry is yet again sitting with Neville and Luna, and once again, and we have Cho was passing, accompanied by Marietta Edgecombe, who was wearing a balaclava. Thanks. He and Cho's eyes met for a moment. Cho blushed and kept walking. Harry looked back down at the chessboard just in time to see one of his pawns chased off. Ron asks, "What's going on with you and her anyway?" "Nothing," said Harry truthfully. So in the beginning of the book, Cho comes in. He's so embarrassed to be sitting with Neville and Luna, and he's like, oh no, that was so embarrassing in front of Cho.
Right.
Now, at the end of the book, he'll be sitting with Neville and Luna and the rest of his buddies. Cho's gonna come up and he's like, he's surrounded by people he actually considers cool, who are the same people.
The same people.
Now he is surrounded by cool people. Everyone who just went and fought with the Ministry, the whole DA is gonna know that. And now Cho walks by and he's like, I don't care at all.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Have you seen Ginny?
Yeah. Have you seen Ginny? You seen that girl?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I agree. The note that I wrote about that was almost like, this is like the life Harry thinks he wants versus the life that he will embrace.
Yes.
It's
because
like,
he grew.
Because he grew.
Like the Mimbulus Mimbletonia.
Wow. That
Yeah.
analogy just keeps on giving.
It keeps on giving, Ben. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. There you
Okay, then we get kind of an interesting scene because Ginny is like, she's just watched this unfold, and while Ginny is sort of like off on her own, she's doing like her own life or whatever. We do get a "Never mind," said Ginny bracingly.
Yeah.
Look, we can get rid of all that easily. And she pulled out her wand. Scourgify.
Right.
And the stink sap vanished.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is kind of impressive. And it's not the kind of thing that I would put too much attention on, except for the fact that Tonks is an Auror. And when she shows up in Harry's like house to pick him up with the advanced guard, she tries to do the same thing with like Hedwig's like owl droppings.
Yeah.
And only like some of them disappear.
Right.
And here's Ginny, like one flick of her wand, and like the whole room
all
is
things
clear.
gone. Exactly. No problem. Yeah. You can tell Jenny's like, wow, was that Cho Chang? You know what I noticed about her, Harry? Scares easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of stink sap, which, by the way, it's gone.
I've solved
You
it.
see that? You see
yeah.
that?
Look,
Yeah.
I didn't flinch, and I got rid of it.
Right.
Yeah. You didn't see her getting rid of the stink sap, did you?
Didn't see that. Didn't
Yeah.
see that. Not one bit. Nope. Anyway, so then an hour passes. Harry's sitting there with his 3 new best friends, and Ron and Hermione finally show up to give them the update on the other prefix from their year. I like how Ron walks in, though. It says he comes in, grabs a chocolate frog, ripped open the wrapper, and bit off the frog's head, which I feel like is really intentional imagery here when you keep comparing Umbridge to a toad.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, that's not on accident.
No. Yeah. Lots of amphibian imagery going on here.
Yeah.
No, that's really good. So then we get a bit of lore, which basically is Ron is going to explain that there are 2 fifth-year prefix from each house. This is not something that's ever been explained up until now. Like, we've known that Percy was a prefix,
Right.
but we didn't exactly know how the system worked. And then Ron's like, and guess who's a Slytherin prefect? And Harry immediately is like, Malfoy. And Ron's just like, course. Course it is. And then Hermione chimes in with, and that complete cow, Pansy Parkinson.
Do you mean bear? Or?
No, you didn't. Now you have to tell a story.
Oh, man. Once upon a time, when we were kids, we were skiing in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot to see in West Virginia when you're like driving through all the mountain roads. There's just a lot of like empty farmland and stuff. So there's a lot of cows, though. There's a lot of cows. And we were staring out the windows as we were driving home. And Ben goes, whoa, look, a bear. And everyone else is like, Ben, that's a cow. And I don't know what Ben actually saw that day, but I'll tell you that not one family trip has passed where we haven't pointed out the bears out the window to Ben. So
It was like, when you were a kid, did you ever do the thing where like the rain was falling on like the side of the window and you had your head leaned against it and you're just like watching the droplets like race down the side? Yeah, right? Relatable.
Yeah.
We've all been there. I hadn't said anything for a half hour. I'm looking out this window.
Yeah.
The cow pasture is over there. And the whole family is just like, it's a cow. I'm like, y'all. Thank you. At least someone's on my side.
what would a cow be doing in the woods, Ben?
It's a bear.
Anyway, the complete bear, Pansy Parkinson, is a prefect. What I can't believe about this whole situation is that Dumbledore chooses Malfoy to be a prefect. Like, what is he doing?
I don't know. Yeah, that is unbelievable. He's like, not only am I going to tie one of Harry's arms behind his back, make him feel completely isolated, but I'm going to make his arch nemesis have power.
I know, like, Dumbledore knows Lucius is a Death Eater.
Yes, he
like,
does.
What is he thinking is going on here? Like, but he just pick Blaze Zabini or Crab or something and be like, hey. Crab. Imagine the blow that would feel, which also his dad's a Death Eater too. Pick Blaze Zabini and be done with it. No one, they'd be like, wow, I guess that, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
Even Draco would even know. He would get it. He'd be like, I mean, that's what he would say. It's like, just because Dumbledore, blah, 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 blah.
I mean, it's pretty much all he says next
That's
year.
pretty much what he's going to say anyway. So why on earth he makes Malfoy a prefect is beyond me.
I know.
But then we find out that Ernie McMillan and Hannah Abbott are the ones for Hufflepuff, not Susan Bones. Kind of feels like a bit of a snub there after Amelia Bones just got Harry out of his situation.
No. Dumbledore was like, you allowed a full trial to happen for my boy Potter?
Yeah.
No
way. Let me rewrite that letter. It used to say Susan. Now it says Hannah. What do you know?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, all the paperwork I had to go through, but it was worth it.
Yeah. And then I would love to know, so the Ravenclaws, it's Anthony Goldstein and Padma Patil, to which I would love to know how that went with Parvati.
Yeah.
You know, when those letters arrived, you know? He's like, oh, Parvati, I'm a prefect. She's like, yeah, cool. You too? You too? No. Who do you think got it? Yeah. Then her and Lavender were like, I bet I know who it was.
That's exactly
I bet I know who it was.
Yeah.
Or it could be random fifth girl who we don't know.
Unnamed Gryffindor girl number 5.
Exactly. Who is she?
Oh, I don't know. We need to know. So then out of nowhere, Luna chimes in and she's like...
Ben, not out of nowhere.
Out of exactly where you would expect it.
Yeah.
You went to the Yule Ball with Padma Patil.
Can I just point out that Luna immediately is interested in Ron's love life here?
Immediately. She has been paying attention.
She's been paying attention. She is like, wow, hey, wait a minute, Padma Patil, you went to the Yule Ball with her. You know who didn't go to the Yule Ball? Luna. Why does she know this? She's sitting here completely friendless, but she knows the dating habits of the girl in the year above her.
You're right.
Yeah. Because she's like, the sort of friend she has is Ginny. And she's like, hey, Ginny's cool. She has a brother. Hey.
He's hot.
And you know, pretty hot. And then she's got some weird flirting going on here.
Well, she's gazing unblinkingly at him.
Unblinking, yeah. Yeah, sticky eyes. That's what they call it, you know.
Yeah,
giving him the sticky eyes.
Right, yeah.
And Ron's like, yep, I know that. Yep. And she's like, she did not enjoy it. And Ron's like, thank you, fully aware. She's like, she doesn't think you treated her very well because you wouldn't dance with her. But then Luna's like, but you know what? I wouldn't have minded if you'd brought me to the Yule Ball. I would have been fine. She's like, I don't like dancing, which is false.
It's false.
We know she likes dancing.
We will see her dance later.
Yes, at
Lawyered.
Bill and Fleur's wedding. Boom. Ipso facto, Luna coming on strong.
I know.
You know?
Yeah. I like this. Ron stared at the cover with his mouth hanging open for a few seconds.
He's like, what's happening?
He's just sort of like, what? Ron shook his head bemused, then checked his watch. And he's basically like, we're supposed to patrol the corridors every so often, he told Harry and Neville, and we can give out punishments if people are misbehaving. I can't wait to get Crabbe and Goyle for something. And then Hermione immediately chimes in. It's like, you're not supposed to abuse your position, Ron. And Ron's like, because Malfoy's not going to abuse it all.
Fair.
And she's like, so you're just going to descend to his level? And he's like, no, I'm just going to make sure I get his mates before he gets mine.
Yeah, exactly.
For heaven's sake, Ron. And I feel like if you compare these two exchanges, you know, it's like one of these people he's going to marry and the other one's Hermione. Ooh. No, but for real, like one of them is literally like, hey, remember how you didn't do a great job at the ball? I would have been down with what you did. That was good.
That was good. I would have just sat there with you all night not dancing.
In the meantime, Ron's like, look, I have plans for how to abuse my new power. And Hermione's like, I disagree with what you're thinking. Yeah. Not very supportive, right?
Not very supportive, you know? And then Ron makes, this is his joke. He says, I'll make Goyle write lines. He hates writing, I must not look like a baboon's backside. Which, I mean, hilarious, granted.
Right.
But unless this is the first joke you've ever heard, I don't think it warrants the laughter Luna gives.
No. It says everyone laughed, but nobody laughed harder than Luna Lovegood. She let out a scream of mirth. She laughed so hard that her magazine slipped out of her grasp, slid down her legs, and onto the floor. That was funny. She gets him.
She gets it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, look, I think you're hilarious. No one else gets you like I do.
Right.
Look how hard I'm laughing.
Let me make it clear. If you say something, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This is what you can expect.
Yeah. And Ron's like, "Are you taking the Mickey?" He's just sort of like, "What? What is? Are you making fun of me right now? I actually don't know. Are you?" And then she's like, "Baboon's backside," holding her ribs. And she really just was plumb tickled on that one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In the meantime, Harry picks up the Quibbler and is like, what on earth is this right here? Can I look at this? Because he has seen the headline about Sirius Black, villain or victim? There's also a fairly bad cartoon of Cornelius Fudge on the front, who I'm wondering, like, who's drawing these cartoons? You think it's Xenophilius?
I do think it's Xenophilius.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
I feel like he's at home and he's got like his Crayola crayon box. And you know, he's the 64 pack, you know, not the 12.
Yeah. He's doing the crayons.
Yeah. He's just going to town.
Yeah. So not a good drawing apparently. And then let's see, we get to read a little bit of the article we get to read the Sirius article first. Sirius Black, black as he's painted, notorious mass murderer, or innocent singing sensation, which is such a great one. It's funny because like even though they're completely wrong about him being an innocent singing sensation, he is in fact innocent.
He is,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. So they're dead on the money to the tune of he is innocent, completely wrong about why he's innocent. Which is an account by Doris Purkis of 18 Acanthia Way, Little Norton, Black May. Oh my God, Black May. That's the next word in the sentence, not a part of the address.
Not part of the address.
Oh man, the nerves got the best of me. But no, that's a piece of trivia that I will never get.
Doris Purkis.
Yeah.
I also highlighted that and I was like trivia.
Hard
for
trivia.
Sure. I also
Yeah.
like Xenophilius' writing style where he just states something and then goes, but does he? Like in all caps. None of us has ever questioned that he deserves to be recaptured and handed back to the Dementors. But does he? No. And then he has the exact same story structure for the Fudge one. In a second here. Fudge has always insisted that he wants nothing more than to cooperate peacefully with the Guardians of our Gold. But does he?
He's like, I am so good at writing.
I have got this. I have got it. Yeah. I got 2 paragraphs separated by 1 sentence, and it's the same sentence.
It's the same sentence. Yeah. It is pretty remarkable, but I feel like this is a nice little setup though for the fact that like Luna is what like as far as archetypes are concerned, she is regarded as a cloud cuckoo lander.
Yeah.
Which Luna, this is an archetype that exists in other arenas of, you know, like cinema and writing and that type of thing. It's usually the character who kind of has like their head in the clouds. They tend to say things that are a little bit quirky. They don't really follow like the traditional path that many of the other people do. But they do tend to have this like through line, like where they can lob something out that can be like accurate in a way that you don't expect. And so in this particular case, Sirius is innocent and Fudge is corrupt. So it's like the way that they're getting there, incorrect.
Right.
But like the facts aren't facts, but the sentiment is true.
Right. And it's like, even when you're reading the Fudge one, which it's like, Cornelius Fudge, the Minister of Magic, denied that he had any plans to take over the running of the Wizarding Bank Gringotts when he was elected Minister of Magic 5 years ago. It's like, okay, one, has he only been Minister for 5 years?
That's a very good question. That feels like it would have to be true.
Right. That fart feels like it would have to be true. Yeah.
You said fart.
I said fart.
It's rippling through.
Talk about some stink sap. Oh, man. No. But then it's also like said, like denied he had plans to do it. So like, was he questioned about this? Was this a concern when he was being elected? You know, it seems like maybe it was. Maybe there is like a nugget of truth in there. But does he? And then it's like, I love what he says about him. It wouldn't be the first time, said a Ministry insider. Cornelius Goblin Crusher Fudge. That's what his friends call him. He doesn't have friends.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he's always talking about the goblins he's had done in. He's had them drowned. He's had them dropped off buildings. He's had them poisoned. And he's had them cooked into pies.
Cooked into pies.
Yeah. So it's like, well, okay, that's a little macabre.
Yeah.
But also a really good select all that apply.
Yeah.
Because they all sound ridiculous.
They all do sound ridiculous. But then it says, Harry did not read any further. Fudge might have many faults, but Harry found it extremely hard to imagine him ordering goblins to be cooked into pies. Which I was like, ask Harry again at the end of the year, though. You know?
Right. Yeah, maybe
Who's
he
to
would have
say?
changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
He also sees a little article about the Tuts Hill tornadoes and how they were winning the Quidditch League by a combination of blackmail, illegal broom tampering, and torture.
Torture. I know.
How does that work?
I know. But that's like a nice little through line, too, because later on we're going to find out that Cho supports the tornadoes.
That's exactly
And Ron is
correct.
going to be like, have you always liked them, or are you a fair weather fan?
Right.
Yeah.
Because it seems like some fishy stuff's going on.
He's like,
Torture is what I'm talking about.
you know what I read was torture.
Yes.
Yeah. And Harry's like, dude, I am on a date. Maybe the only one.
Not maybe. Definitely.
Definitely the
Yeah.
only one. Exactly. And then it turns out that Luna has been reading the Quibbler upside down so that she can interpret the runes that reveal a spell to turn your enemy's ears into kumquats. To which I'm like, who is Luna trying to do this to? You know?
It's a good question.
I wish at some point in the year there was like someone who had kumquats for ears.
Wouldn't it have been great if this happened like at the Department of Mysteries, like the battle, like
Yes.
all the
Oh
Death
my
Eaters show
gosh.
up, and it's just sort of like,
It's like they all get hit with spells, and one of them's like, wait, what was that? What are my ears? What did you do?
what did you do?
And she's like, I turned them into kumquats. And he's like, what? And then Ron asks, is there anything good in there? And then Hermione is determined to put her foot in her mouth here recently. And she's like, of course not. It's the Quibbler's rubbish. Everyone knows that. And Luna, suddenly not so dreamy, is like, my father's the editor. Yeah.
And Hermione's like, oh,
Oh, no.
that's nightmare fuel.
God, this is like the time I thought Harry was the prefect and not Ron. Oh my God.
It's been one whole day since something like this has happened to me.
Yeah, man, Mobby. It is a magazine, is what it is.
Yes. Which has at least 57 pages because she snatches out of Harry's hands and turns to that page. And I'm like, this is a long magazine.
Yes. Fortunately, somehow Draco Malfoy shows up to ease the tension between these two.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd expect this, but not. Sorry. Shows up. Manners, Potter. I'll have to give you a detention. Which seems unfair that you can just like give out detention to people you don't like, for sure. So immediately, though, he is trying to abuse his power. And then he says, you see, unlike you, I have been made a prefect. And unlike you, I have the power to hand out punishments. Which this is another one that gets, this situation is again mirrored in the last chapter of the book. So Harry has like the same train ride back, but in like complete reverse.
Okay.
He does, because while this time Draco shows up and tells him that he has the power to hand out punishment, on the return trip, Draco is going to show up to try and attack them, but it is going to be Harry doling out the punishment. As it says, the attack might have succeeded had it not been for the fact that they unwittingly chose to stage the attack right outside of a compartment full of DA members who saw what was happening through the glass and rose as one to rush to Harry's aid. By the time Ernie Macmillan, Hannah Abbott, Susan Bones, Justin Pinchletley, Anthony Goldstein, Terry Boot had finished with them, they all resembled nothing so much as 3 gigantic slugs. So, there you go. Everything's turned around on the trip home.
That's exactly it. Yes. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God, you're so right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Harry's just like, nah, none of this.
None of this,
It doesn't
none of
matter.
this.
At this point, expel me.
Yeah, go for it.
It'll be fine. I have other
fine.
stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also love Harry's retort here. He's just sort of like, yeah, said Harry, but unlike me, you are a git. So get out and leave us alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harry.
Got
you
him.
got him.
You got him. Boom.
It's kind of like rare Harry confidence, too.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like,
He's good when he's like, returning fire on Malfoy.
that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, he's got it there. But Malfoy's not done. He seems to have touched a nerve. It's like, well, just watch yourself, Potter, because I'll be dogging your footsteps if you step out of line. This is a really intentional phrase by Draco. He's just saying that, like, I know that dog was Sirius Black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this I think is the reason why the little Lee Jordan line from like a story architecture perspective is in there, is just to sort of be like, people noticed Harry had a dog, and it's
Yeah.
like, more people than Lee Jordan noticed that Harry had a dog.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. So this does cause Harry a huge amount of panic, though, because he's sort of like, oh no, maybe it was a terrible idea for Sirius to have come with us. Like maybe this was too reckless.
But I still think but how? It's still impossible to get to him.
It is. It is still impossible, and it's sort of like at this point all it really proves is that the information has been passed.
Yeah.
So maybe that also helps like reinforce for the rest of the book why Sirius continues to be stuck.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But it's like, does Voldemort really care that much about catching Sirius? I don't know. And also, Kingsley is the one in charge of finding him. So it's like clearly it's like they're not going to find him.
He's just going to not do it.
Just going to not do it. Exactly. Yeah, so no problem. But the weather continues to do its thing. Rain splattered the windows in a half-hearted way. Then the sun put in a feeble appearance before the clouds drifted over it once more. Just see how Harry's year is going to go. It's like every time something seems like it's going to go good, there's going to be more clouds, more educational decrees, and like Umbridge will just continue to rain on his parade.
Yep, that's exactly correct. Yep.
Yeah.
So then the train begins to slow down, and they're finally making their way to Hogsmeade Station. And Ron and Hermione are supposed to supervise all of like the first year, sort of like getting their way to the boats and everybody getting to the carriages. So Luna offers to carry one of the owls, reaching out for Pigwidgeon as Neville stowed
Ron's owl.
Ron's owl.
Yeah.
Ron's owl. Yeah. So a very specific owl. She's
very
like,
specific
I
one.
want that one.
I want that one. I'll help carry that one.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll return it to who owns it, do you say?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll find him. Don't worry. Also, it says that Ron and Hermione are supposed to like supervise all of this. If all of the prefects are supposed to supervise this, there's like 24, 26 of them out there doing it,
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people out there.
Because you've got a couple of prefects like from 5th year, 6th year.
5th year, 6th year, yeah. Yeah, there's like 8 per year.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
Yeah. Plus
So-
Hagrid, mostly.
Right.
Most
so
of the time.
but, like now you've almost got like too many people supervising. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Too many cooks in the kitchen here, yeah.
Then, unfortunately, though, this is the other thing that's really sad, is that Harry has been looking forward to getting to see Hagrid upon arriving, going down and having tea with Hagrid. And so he's just listening for the like familiar sound of Hagrid saying, "First year's over here." And sure enough, it does not come. And instead, we get the brisk female voice calling out, "First years, line up over here, please. All first years to me."
Yeah, that's Professor Grubbly playing, who is filling in for Hagrid yet again. To which I'm like, did they need to hire a substitute teacher to do this particular part? Seems like any other teacher could have come down here.
It is interesting. Like, I'm curious about this as well, because we've had the theory in the past that, like, is it the giant squid that is helping to
exactly
move?
where I was steering this conversation.
Oh, man. Yeah. So it's like, if it has to be the Care of Magical Creatures teacher who are escorting the first years across in the boats, it's because the boats, just like the carriages, are not moving of their own volition.
Right.
Something is
by the
moving
squid.
them. It's the squid.
It's a squid.
It's gotta be the
That's
squid.
why it has to be Grubbly playing.
Yep.
Right? Exactly. So Harry's wandering around. Where's Hagrid? Ginny still sticking by his side. Says, "I don't know, but we better get out of the way. We're blocking the door." So Harry and Ginny became separated. Oh, right there. But yeah, he's sad he didn't get to see Hagrid, but there's no sign of him at all. And now Harry, for the first time, is going to see the Thestrals. He stood the 100 or so horseless stagecoaches that always took the students above the first year up to the castle, then did a double take. The coaches were no longer horseless. Of course, they never were.
Of course, they never were. Also, 100 of them seems like too many.
Many.
I did some quick back of the napkin math, but
Yeah.
40 students per year, 280 students total. 40 of them are how many of them are in year one? If we can do math.
Right, yeah, like 40.
40, yeah, okay, yeah. So that means we have 240 students left for 100 carriages, which means 2.4 students per carriage.
Oh, okay, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a lot of carriages.
And it's hard to divide students.
It is, yeah, now
Yeah.
that you mention it,
Yeah.
yes.
There we
Math
go. Not so
budget
bad.
paid,
Yeah.
too many Thestrals.
Right. But yeah, so then we get the description. They were completely fleshless, their black cloaks clinging to their skeletons, of which every bone was visible. Their
Gross.
heads were dragonish, and their pupilless white eyes were staring. Wings sprouted from each wither, vast black leathery wings that looked as though they ought to belong to giant bats.
There you go. So the creatures look eerie and sinister, just adding to like Harry's mood of a day. Like, he didn't get to sit on the train with Ron and Hermione. Hagrid's not here, and now there's creepy horses on top of everything else.
What else could go wrong?
What else could go wrong? Well, he's going to sit with Luna again. So he finally meets up with Ron and says he was looking for a pig widget, and Harry's like, oh yeah, that Luna girl was carrying him. And she's like, definitely looking for him. I'm like, where are you? Ron. Ron, I've got your owl. Yeah. Meanwhile, Draco is already abusing his power, like just bullying students out of the carriages. And Harry is gonna try and I wish he'd asked Hermione maybe about the Thestrals, but he says, "What are those things?" Because Ron is just gonna forget that he exists in the wizarding world here as they try and figure out what it is. He says, those things pulling the carriages. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm talking about, look, right here. And Ron's like, what am I supposed to be looking at? And he's like, Harry's like, but dude, there's horses. Here, do you see them? And Harry's like, are you feeling all right, Harry? And it's like, dude, you guys live in a world with invisibility and magic. Do you think, why would Harry be lying?
Right.
Get to the bottom of it. Or Harry be like, let me see your hand. Touch the horse.
That's the thing. Yeah. It's like they are physically present.
Yeah.
They also must be so gosh darn quiet.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if you've ever stood next to a real horse before, but you hear them.
You hear them.
They make sounds.
Right. When they're being pulled up, is it just they're slowly gliding or something? They're not clip clopping on the ground?
No clip clops.
No coconuts?
No, none.
Yeah.
Yeah. The wizarding version of Monty Python, kind of boring.
Yeah, it's kind of boring. He's just out there just... Why don't you get the coconuts?
Well, an African swallow, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see here. But yeah. So then Harry's just like, you can't see them. And he's like, see what? Can't you see what's pulling the carriages? And yeah, he's just like, are you all right? And it's like, yeah, whatever. It must be nothing.
This is Ron, who when Harry got the invisibility cloak, he's like, oh, I know what that is.
Right.
An invisible thing.
Right. But then sure enough, Luna's like, it's all right. You're not going mad or anything. I can see them too.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Harry's
great.
like, really? And she's like, oh, yes. I've been able to see them ever since my first day. And Harry's like, that doesn't help because I haven't been able to see them since my first day.
Right.
Are you lying about that? Are you lying about that? I don't even know if I can trust you now.
Yeah. So it really, but once again, it's the Cloud Cuckoo Lander situation where it's like Luna is correct.
Yeah.
She did witness her mother die. So she does, in fact, see them. And Harry is, of course, seeing them because he saw someone die.
Someone die, yeah.
Does anybody remember who?
You guys are right. It was Cedric. Yeah.
It was Cedric.
The Spare.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. But that's going to bring us to the end of the chapter with smiling faintly. She climbed into the musty interior of the carriage after Ron. Not altogether reassured, Harry followed her.
Boom.
Yeah, boom, bam. And I drew a lovely picture, in case you guys haven't seen, of a Thestral being pulled by a little carriage here. Yeah. Or no, vice versa. Yeah.
Thestral being pulled. Remember the beginning of Hogwarts every year where the students drag a horse up to the castle?
Hard work builds character.
Exactly. Magic can't solve all your problems, kids.
That's right. But that does bring us to the end of the chapter. And this is the point where I would normally ask Jay if there was a review. But because we have a live audience, maybe you guys can let us know, how did we do?
Today's episode was edited by Ethan Edghill. Vaishon Brandon does our art. Catherine Stein is our production manager. And the show is hosted by me and Jonathan Carlin.